When the Governor-General signed the Climate Change Act of 2022 into law on September the 13th, Australia finally had two legislated greenhouse gas emissions targets: 43% below 2005 levels by 2030, net zero by 2050. That means we now have an emissions budget. That is the total of carbon dioxide and methane we can emit between now and then to hit those targets. And that total, our budget, is 4,381 million tonnes by 2030 and 3,419 million tonnes between 2030 and 2050. That's it. That's our lot. And it's legislated. Here's what it looks like on a chart. Note that it's 4,381 million tonnes in the first decade and a total of 3,419 million tonnes in the next 2 decades. So the speed of emission reduction has to double after 2030. Are we on track? Well, we're still waiting for 2021 figures, but actual emissions in 2020 were 488 million tonnes. If we keep going at that rate, we run out of the 2030 budget 2 years early. But according to last year's government forecasts, we're on track to cut emissions by 30% by 2030, which looks like this. If that's what happens, we run out of budget only 1 year early, so zero emissions for only 12 months instead of 2 years. If the current trajectory continues, we'll run out of our 2050 budget sometime in 2036. So zero emissions thereafter. Basically, Australia would have to close. Seriously though, it's a much more challenging budget task for the federal government than even getting the financial budget back to surplus.